Yo, what's up? This is Edsel from the band Dope, and you're watching Metal Nex. Kidding, Metal Nexus. What's up?
So, pretty nostalgic lineup today. A lot of bands you come up with and have probably toured with before. How's it feel to be on a lineup pretty much for a genre specifically that you've been pretty dominant in?
Old? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's cool, man. It's like a bunch of our old friends. I took the red eye out from LA, so I flew all night. I couldn't sleep. I was working on a bunch of stuff on the laptop, so I just woke up. But now that I'm awake, I'm looking forward to going and seeing some of my friends, man. I haven't seen a lot of these dudes in a long time, so it's good. It's cool. Be a cool day, cool night.
So, Blood Money Part 1 was amazing.
Thank you.
I loved it. One of my standout songs, of course, that I loved was the cover of Violet that you did.
Oh, cool.
What made you cover that song specifically? I know you always throw some covers out there like You Spin Me Right Round.
You know, it was that one was really not planned out at all. We were in the studio, and we went out to a buddy's nightclub, and we were just drinking and having a good time, and all of a sudden they played the video for Violet, the original one.
Yeah.
Man, it's such a great song. And I just looked at my buddy Nick, who plays in the band now, and I was like, dude. He goes, yeah. Because Nick's kind of like Keanu Reeves, like, whoa. I'm like, yo, dude. I'm like, this is awesome. He's like, I know, man. I was like, we're going back to the studio tonight. We're going to record this. And he goes, fuck yeah, man. So we went back to the studio that night and recorded
So
it.
it happened that night.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The spur of the moment sometimes, I think, makes the best inspiration.
Yeah, it was fun, man, and I love that song. And also, it was something cool to me about, it was like, you know, I've done all these 80s covers.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to do a 90s cover now.
Yeah.
And it's a chick vocal.
Yeah.
I think that'll be pretty cool, too. So it was just, you know, wasn't real thought out. I just felt like we did it cool. It was fun, so...
I think sometimes if you think stuff out too much, you can ruin it. So.
You can. That's true. Or you can perfect it and make it great.
That's true, too. There's always a double-edged sword,
yeah, man.
You know, one way or the other. And speaking of covers, you already released the Thieves Ministry cover.
Yeah.
With Andy from Combi Christ.
Correct.
The video for that I absolutely love.
A lot of fun, right?
Yeah. How much input did you have in the video?
Oh, I mean, I directed it. I did the whole thing, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I went on Amazon and bought the stupid masks, the whole bit. Like,
Yeah.
that was my little baby. And another one that, like, happened on a whim. It was like, we were already going to do the song, and then we knew we were going to tour with Combi, so I hit up Andy, and I was like, yo, dude, you got to drop some programming and some vocal on this just so we can do it. It'd be great to promote the tour. And he, of course, he did it. And then I invited him over to our production studio because we were shooting the video, and he had no idea what to expect, and he didn't even stay around for all the shenanigans. He had other stuff to do. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. And I think it's funny too, because you know nowadays people's attention spans are so short. I'm not so sure that everybody who's even watched the video even knows that the second half it goes completely awry.
Yeah.
But I'm good with it.
Yeah, I love. Has Uncle Al mentioned anything about the song?
No, not that I'm aware of. I got some friends that play in ministry, and I definitely asked them to share it with them. I'm not sure if they have. I know Al's busy and he's half fucking and crazy, so who knows? But I'd like to think at some point he'll come across it.
I'm sure he'll get the Uncle Al seal.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll get the second half of it, because I think that's where it really opens up.
Takes its turn.
Yeah.
So that, of course, is going to be on Blood Money Part 2. What's the status of it right now?
I don't know, man. Albums are a travesty nowadays, in my opinion. Really and truthfully, I'm not sure that our consumer is really built for albums anymore. I feel like, there was a time where only so many albums came out every year, and there was only so much music that we could get our hands on, and I think that that's what the album model was meant for. We'd buy albums, and even if we didn't know if we liked the album or not, we'd listen to the album 20 times, and then we would start to decide, and then we'd pick our favorite songs. Now everyone is so quick to judge and decide. I feel like you listen to an album once or twice, and then you grab the 2 or 3 songs that stuck, and you throw those into an iTunes playlist, and then the rest of the album goes forgotten about.
Well, it goes with what you said earlier, too, how people's attention spans are much less.
Right.
Does that make you want to put out an EP
Yes.
instead of an album?
Yeah, and I've been saying this for years, but I've been stuck in dealing with record companies that have a little bit more of a dinosaur mentality. But I think that people are finally coming around to it. Like, I feel like bands would be far more benefited, and the fans, by more consistent content, shorter pieces. So instead of an album every 2 years, maybe an EP every year.
Yeah.
So I could see Blood Money Part 2 being turned into a 3-part album long term, so that I can get things done quicker. And also just my own personal disappointment of, like, man, you put all this work and time into making records, and you can just tell, like, man, that track number 11 is a great song, but you can just tell based on the feedback from people that no one even gets there.
Yeah, they didn't get that far.
So it's like, I just, as an artist, it's hard to swallow that and to want to make albums.
Yeah.
It's like, especially when you've been around as long as this band has, where I know for a fact I could never record another brand new piece of music, and I still have a career. I could go out and play, the 100 songs that I've recorded for the next 10, 15 more years, and people will have a good time with it. So for me to be motivated to finish the work that it takes, and let's also keep in mind here that there is absolutely no fucking money in the records anymore either. And not to say that we do this for money as our main motivation, but it is my job. So when you start telling me, hey, Edsel, you can go out on tour and you can play shows and you can profit, or you can spend, weeks and months in the studio making new music that you're very proud of and you've put your heart into, that no one's going to listen to, and you don't make any money on that, it's harder to get motivated for that process. So I think you're on to exactly the future, which is, I think, shorter records, more consistently. And so I could see Blood Money Part 2 being an EP, Blood Money Part 3 being an EP, and then marrying them all together at the end with some kind of cool vinyl or something like that.
Yeah,
but,
special edition.
Yeah, but don't quote me on that, because for all I know, I might do another record and it won't even be called Blood Money, so
Right.
I don't even know. But there's so much music written already for Blood Money, which is why I wanted to keep it themed Part 2 and so on and so forth, so we'll see.
Speaking of tours, you have one coming up, the Monster High Tour.
Correct.
With Head PE. I think El Nino's on a couple dates
Yep.
as well. It kicks off about a month from now.
Yep.
Right? Is this just a one-off date today?
Yep.
So that's pretty much a full U.S. tour.
Yep.
Right? It's something you haven't did in a while.
No, we've done 3 this year.
Has it been?
We did the reunion tour, was all the way around the States, and then 3 months later we did the Combi Christ tour, that was all the way around the States, and another one. So actually after this tour I want to take another break again, because I feel like, again, this is a band with a fan base that's, our fans, I feel like they have to make arrangements for things. They're not 18 anymore. I feel like they got kids, they need babysitters, they got to call in sick to work the next day. So I feel like less is more, man, all the way around. I feel like we'll take a little bit of time off, and then when we come back to do the next tour, we'll have given a little bit more time in between, and we'll make it something a little bit more pronounced, like how the reunion tour was, a little bigger deal. So I look forward to that. But the Head PE tour will be cool. It's the first time we've ever done a full U.S. tour with Head.
Maybe that's where I was at.
Got it.
Yeah, and you said something about doing some collaborations with Jared too.
Yeah, which I don't know if it's going to happen because time just hasn't been on our side, but we started working on a song together. We started trading files back and forth, and then truthfully it's my fault just because I have too many things going on. I just have kind of lost track of it, and now the tour's coming up so fast and I'm not sure that it's going to get done in time, but we'll see.
Now I know too, usually with all your tours you make time for meet and greets with fans and everything like that, and they really appreciate that. What does it mean to you when a fan comes up during one of those meet and greet sessions and really let you know that your music has affected their lives?
I mean, I'm grateful, of course. I'm also, that's a weird thing too, man, and like, I'm just transparent, dude. I can't bullshit. I can't be that guy. So I just, my truth of it is, I'm very humbled and grateful to have had the career that I've had and to have as many fans as we've had through the years and affect so many people. But it is a weird, being totally truthful and transparent, it is a weird feeling when somebody comes up to you and they tell you like, hey man, your music got me through this time in my life or this or that. And I'm always like, well, I appreciate you saying that, but it's not like you got yourself through it, man. Like, you know, if I had a song that helped you feel something or connect with you in some way, shape, or form, I appreciate that. But this is about you, not about me. So, you know, I try not to get a big head over it or think too much about it. I think it's more of that people also, they're excited that they get to meet you and they don't really know what to say either, so they're sharing like kind of the most epic thing they've had that involved you, and it's like, slow down, it's all good, man, I'm just a dude, you know. I appreciate you liking my music, and so I don't know, man, it's all good. But the meet and greets are another thing where it's cool. They're part of the business now, and people like them, and I enjoy hanging out with the fans. I mean, we've always been a very accessible band, and very, very much have done meet and greets our whole career. They were just never organized. It was just, we hung outside the bus, and our fans were younger, and we all just went out there and smoked weed together and laughed and told stories. Now it's a little different. You know, it's got to be organized, and you know, it's just a different beast. But it's also part of how the music business has evolved, because again, people don't buy records, so now we do these meet and greets, which really all they are is a pre-order for merch, because it's like we put together a really cool package and you get a cool exclusive shirt and a poster and rubber bracelets and guitar picks and all this crap, whereas if you went to the merch booth, you'd end up paying more for it than you're paying for it to buy the meet and greet package. So, and
you know it's going to be there too, so.
Well, and you know, and again, for me, it's just like I have to make it like that because I have a hard time charging someone to meet me. That just feels wrong. So it's like, all right, let's put this really cool package together that has all this crap that, you know, apparently they like, you know, cool designs and cool, you know, exclusive merch items, and then, you know, the payoff is that if you buy this package, you also get to hang out with us. So I'm cool with that, but I never like to look at it like you're paying to meet me, because that's just not cool.
We definitely appreciate your time today. Everybody, the Monster High Tour kicks off in October. Runs, is it a month?
It's about 6 weeks. It's all across the U.S. Dope, Head PE, and El Nino's popping on a bunch of dates. Starts in California, ends in California, and does the whole country pretty much.
Make sure you get out and see it. Two amazing bands. If you get El Nino on one of those dates as well, it's just the sweet kicker into it.
Boy, is that a revolution of new metal.
It is.
It's crazy, but it's good, man. Yeah, it's exciting, and we've never done U.S. tours, full U.S. tours with either one of those bands. So, you know, for the fans that like those bands.
Surprising too.
Yeah.
As long as y'all have been around the same time period too.
Yeah, but you know, it's probably weird. We probably could have the same conversation with those guys, and they'd probably be like, "Yeah, we've never toured with XYZ band." You'd be like, "Really?"
Yeah.
Like we've toured with everyone, but there's still ones out there we haven't toured with. Shockingly, we've never done a full U.S. tour with a band like Saliva either. We've played with Saliva, never toured with Drowning Pool either.
Wow.
Played with Drowning Pool, but never toured with them.
Huh.
It's kind of weird, but toured the fuck out of the world with Slipknot.
Yeah.
Cold Chamber, and you know, Fear Factory. Dude, we played more shows with Static X than any band ever.
Oh, really?
Played almost 300 shows in 1 year with Static X back in '99, because both our debut albums came out, and we were just, every tour that went on in '99, 2000 was Static X and Dope and somebody else. Could have been Static X, Dope, Power Man, Static X, Dope, Fear Factory, Static X, Dope, Seven Dust. Like every one of those tours, we were the support bands on. It was great because we all became great friends. But crazy times, man.
Yeah. Everybody, make sure to get out and see a tour. It's going to be one to definitely go see.
It's going to be one to get drunk to.
Yeah.
And one to smoke some weed at. That's for sure.
And afterwards.
For certain.
Edsel, we appreciate your time.
I appreciate you, man.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.